Hello guys, I'm here once again to review Impact from the 29th of July. A lot to get through here, so let's get cracking. Now, first and foremost, Impact tonight showcased TNA at its best. Well, not at its best, but it showcased the good, the bad, the ugly, and the absolute downright fucking retarded TNA. And to be honest, the retarded moments did outweigh the good ones. Anyway, so I came on the show late. I think I missed the first 10 minutes. The ECW guys in the ring talking, and I caught the back end of Hogan getting involved like he always has to, because obviously the ECW angle is popular, and Hogan has to be there because he has to get in on the glory. So I mean, in a way, I'm glad that I missed that. So I got the back end of it where Abyss and Dreamer hardcore for the main event was made. So we went back after commercial. Beautiful people backstage. Madison Rain tried to make peace with Velvet Sky. Velvet weren't having any of it, but then they made peace and the BPs are back together. Right, first match of the night: Sarita versus Angelina Love. Thank you. We saw wrestling in the knockouts division. It was a great little match. It really was a great little match, and it just showed what the knockouts used to do and what they are capable of doing. This match was given very little time. It should have been given longer, but it was great. I enjoyed watching it. Right, so then we have Eric Young and Orlando Jordan backstage. What the flying fuck? Okay, Young is acting like a knob because he got kicked in the head on Explosion. Makes no sense. It was stupid and it was random. Now this points out one of the things that has always pissed me off about TNA, not just since Hogan and Bischoff came in, always has pissed me off about TNA. They have this abundance of talent that obviously they can't fit on TV every week. Fair enough, I get that, I understand it. But they have a core set of guys that were picking the ratings up slowly. They were, slowly building the ratings. Your AJs, your Cars Fortunes, Flares, Jay Lethal, etc. Others, Bear Money, and Motor City Machine Guns. It was steadily getting there. Okay, we were getting back up to the 1.2s. Right, 1.1s, 1.2s. And, it was starting to get that vibe about it again. And then TNA always, they do this. They'll take a guy, they'll throw him on the sidelines. You don't see him for months. Months you don't see him. And they'll just randomly bring him back and throw him in front of a camera. Completely different angle to what you saw him in before. And you're left just scratching your head thinking, what the hell's going on? You can't follow stuff like that. And they do it all the time. Eric Young I'd forgot about. I'd forgot about Orlando Jordan. I was enjoying the product. And then they're just randomly thrown in front of the camera with this stupid ass gimmick that is just, to be honest, a rip off of when Goldust feigned it was electrocuted gimmick, but the Goldust was funny. Anyway, it shows the fall that Eric Young had, the kick in the head and the fall after the promo. To me, it would have been easier or made more sense to show the fall and the kick in the head before the promo, but never mind. So people would have had some kind of idea why Eric Young was acting retarded. OJ and Eric Young versus Ink. First match I've ever seen Ink in. I was glad that Ink won. It wasn't a very good match either. Eric Young brought a mannequin out during this match, which, I didn't find it that funny, to be honest. I did find it funny when he tagged him in and threw him from the turnbuckle in a crossbody, but, you know. Anyway, Flair's in the ring with Beer Money, AJ, Kaz. Next week, Flair and Lethal, no holds barred. Flair did say a questionable comment in this. He called Jay Lethal his little black brother, which I thought might have been, deemed slightly offensive to some, not to me, but to some. He welcomes Beer Money at Fortune. AJ kisses Flair's ass and then changes the global title's name to the Television Championship. Thank you very much. This is good. How I always wondered when they brought the global championship in, what is the difference between the global and the world? What part of the world does global not cover? And you can't have global and world championships on the same show, especially if it's a mid-card thing. Television Championship is such a better name, and I'm glad it makes more sense. Angle comes out towards the end of this and tells AJ that he's next in his pursuit of the title. Bear Money versus Motor City Machine Gun Steel Cage. Fucking awesome. It was a great match. Again, probably should have been given more time, but, and it was slightly predictable. The Guns go down 2-0. They've only just won the belt, so they're not going to get whitewashed 3-0. I would have thought it'd have been better if they'd have had the Guns win the first, Bear Money win the second, and do it like that until the Guns return. But, if they go 2-0 down, it's slightly predictable. Guns are going to win next week as well, I would have thought. And I'd be surprised if they didn't, and I could be wrong. Anderson's music hits, Morgan comes out. Morgan does this whole spiel with a mic, ripping off Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson comes out. Morgan offers Ken Anderson a free shot on his chin, to which Anderson, in true Anderson classic style, gets on his knees and punches Morgan in the balls, which was funny. That made the segment good. Next bit made the segment shit. The security guards get involved and start roughhousing. Oh, Anderson comes in because Morgan starts choking Hardy. The security come in and start roughhousing Hardy and Anderson, and then D'Lo, Brown, Al Snow, and Pat Kenny come in, and then it's stupid. And then backstage, Anderson and Hardy get an interview with Christy Hemme, and they say they want a handicap match, Morgan and the two security guards. I mean, it baffles belief. TNA have this probably the best talent roster ever assembled in professional wrestling. Okay, they have all these guys that they don't use that are phenomenal athletes and great wrestlers, and the best they can give two of their biggest and brightest talents is two security guards. TNA, no one knows what impact this hardcore justice thing is, but one thing is certain: it's going to bring in a certain amount of new fans. Okay, so these new fans may check out Impact prior to Hardcore Justice. Okay, and they might be watching. And TNA get this platform, they get this, this brilliant opportunity to showcase new fans what TNA is about and what they can do, why they're different to WWE. And they give two of their best stars two security guards to wrestle. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Next bit made no fucking sense whatsoever. Prior to this night, Fortune came to the ring, or to this match, Fortune came to the ring and was bigging up each other, saying Fortune's this brilliant group, they're the best of the best. They are awesome. They are the next big thing in wrestling. They are the best thing in wrestling at this moment. So what do TNA do in their ultimate wisdom? They book Rob Terry versus Kaz. Rob Terry squashes Kaz in 30 seconds. This makes no sense whatsoever. Not to mention the fact that Rob Terry is absolute shite and does not belong in the ring with Kaz. They have him squash Kaz, who's been given this huge build-up, part of Fortune, this huge mega group, squashed by a dickhead. I'm running out of time, so I have to be quick. Morgan versus the security guards was given longer than Kaz TV time. Enough said. Morgan walks out through the match. Hogan interviewed backstage, talks about Eric Bischoff's announcement. Eric Bischoff is in the ring, talking about Dixie Carter inspired him. August the 12th will be a pay-per-view style match. Abyss out, says that they told him that to make the main event ladder match with RVD. I am predicting, and again could be wrong, Hogan and Bischoff are there. It's going to be a swerve on Dixie Carter. This would be, to me, the most logical and best storyline. Hogan and Bischoff there, they turn Abyss. Abyss gets the title off RVD. I actually don't think if that will happen or not, but something along those lines. Hogan and Bischoff heel turn. They're trying to somehow prize the company away from Dixie. This may not happen because Hogan and Bischoff's ego, they want to be seen as the good guys, the popular guys, giving the fans what they want, even though they obviously don't. But that's my pick for it. And the ECW guys, most of them will stick around and help Dixie get the company back. That's what I think anyway. Abyss versus Dreamer main event. It wasn't bad, to be honest. Tommy Dreamer's got a torn MCL in his knee, and he did bloody well to say that he suffered that injury not so long ago. Dreamer's a warrior in the ring, so he'd fight through anything. And yeah, it wasn't a bad match. Dreamer gets chokeslammed on a barbed wire board to end the match. Raven comes out, attacks Dreamer. Now people are going to look at this and say, well, this was done years and years and years ago. What are they doing? They're not showcasing today. Yada 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 yada. This is for a one-night only thing, ECW thing. This isn't going to be a permanent deal where two old guys like Raven and Dreamer, and it's been done before. It's not permanent. It's just to build up the pay-per-view, which is good. I'm gonna have to go, guys. I've really run out of time. Impact wasn't great tonight at all. It had some good bits, some shit bits. Subscribe if you aren't already. See you later. Oh, and thanks Peter for giving me a shout out. Bye.